Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, take a second to subscribe. I'll wait. So, by the title of this video, you guys can already tell what's going down today. I'm going to be telling you guys the story of the time that I successfully scammed a sugar daddy. Family, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Sugar daddy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to waste y'all time. I'm gonna get right into the story, so let's just get started.
I got the bag, tell a friend, she got some ass, bring it in. Bitch, I'm the news, CNN, yeah, reel it in. I got the bag, tell a friend, she got some ass, bring it in. Bitch, I'm the news, CNN.
This story takes place some time ago when a lot of people were getting into scamming sugar daddies through either seeking arrangements or SUDI, which is, if you're not familiar, because I know everybody knows what seeking arrangements is, but if you're not familiar with SUDI, it is a like sugar daddy site specifically for students. Like, I know you have to have a student email to sign up. Tip for you guys looking for legit sugar daddies, I think that one is a little bit safer than seeking arrangements. Not the point. So this took place when a lot of people were finding and scamming sugar daddies through these really popular sites. Fortunately for me, it was a lot easier than going onto a site because old boy found me. So we're gonna call him in this story Bags because that's what I was getting from him. So Bags had sent me a message on Instagram one day. I'm sure you guys know, like, when old people, this happens to a lot of like Instagram models, I'm sure, or a lot of you girls who are like mom as fuck, like myself. Old guys will find you on Instagram and message you, you're beautiful, like, you're really pretty, I like your photos, whatever, so sexy, very hot, baby, that kind of shit, right? Bags sent me a message on Instagram, you're beautiful, or I like your photos, or I like your style, something of that sort. And at first I didn't respond because I had assumed that it was going to be like a very sexy baby kind of message, right? So I get the message in my request, ew, ignore it for a day or whatever. I don't know why I ended up going back to this message, but I did. Something told me to respond, and like I mentioned in my last story time, y'all, I'm a dumbass. I'm an idiot, okay? So I was like, let me see what I can get out of him. I immediately get on my Instagram and message back, do you have money? I was getting right to the point, okay? I wanted money. He was old, so I immediately assumed, like, you're messaging me because you want a sugar baby, and listen, I will be a sugar baby. He says, no, like, that's not the kind of person I am. I was just telling you I like your style, like, you're out of your fucking mind. And I was like, okay, like, maybe that was the wrong way to approach it. Maybe this is not how you get a sugar daddy to send you money, because I didn't know how that shit worked. I had actually gone on YouTube. I was one of y'all looking for tips, how to scam a sugar daddy, and I was one of those people who got on seeking arrangements and tried to finesse. Unlike a lot of people, I was unsuccessful because I'm not good at that type of shit. That's just not me. But I figured I was going to make this guy my target because he was old, he was white. Like, why else would you be messaging me unless you want something from me? And if you want something from me, I'm about to get something out of you. You're not gonna play me. He says to me, no, I am not that kind of person, whatever, whatever, and I let it go for a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, like, either way, I appreciate the compliment. Trying to, like, plant my seed or whatever, you know? And we leave it at that. A couple weeks later, I post a picture. Keep in mind, the whole time, I don't think Bags ever followed me on Instagram. I think he came across my profile and would just, like, periodically come back to it. But Bags came back to my profile and sent me a message again, which was something about a picture that I had just posted. You look great, or like cool pic, or something of the sort, right? And I responded nicely because at this point, I'm like, he's back. Like, this is my time to collect, okay? So I start asking him about himself. Like, I'm keeping up the conversation. He's like, you look great, or cool picture. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. Like, how are you? I'm good, blah, blah, blah. What are you up to? And I lead up to, like, what do you do for a living? At this point, I know Bags has money and is not trying to share with me and just wants free conversation because he tells me his job or, like, what he does for work, his company or whatever. And I start looking into him. Confirmed, Bags has money and I want it. I needed coin because I was lazy and not trying to work. And so, yeah, I confirm at this point that Bags has money, and I continue talking to him. If he wants to talk to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. The whole time, he was never weird. He never asked me for anything, surprisingly, and talking to him was fairly easy to, like, play off, I guess. After a while, he did express interest in wanting to meet in person. He had traveled a lot for his company. He was always in my city or, like, nearby and was like, I would really like to take you to dinner, and just leave it at that. Just dinner. Like, I don't want anything from you. I just want to take you to dinner. And for a little bit, I had considered, like, should I just get the fuck up and get cute and go get me a free meal and some money, possibly some money, because at this point he had made it clear that he was not trying to talk to me for that reason. But I could tell that me being nice, I was getting in there, okay? I was worming my way in there. So I had agreed. I was like, you know what? Like, sure, we can go to dinner. The time comes for us to go to dinner, and I chickened out because, again, he was old, he was white, and, like, what do you want from me? Like, are you gonna kill me? Or, like, you want a cute little something on your arm for when you go out? I don't know what he wants from me. All I know is what I want from him. And at this point, I'm like, it's probably not worth it because I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's capable of. I don't want to meet. And I end up telling him, hey, I have a little bit of anxiety, I'm really shy, and I don't think that I want to meet you this time. And again, surprisingly, he was really, really understanding. This guy, I guess, he was nice to me. I'm not going to sit here and, like, bash old boy, because he was nice to me the entire time that we talked. And, yeah, he was understanding. He was like, okay, like, whatever. He goes on with his life for a little bit. And it was a situation where we would talk for a little bit, and then, like, for a month or so, he would kind of just, like, go off into the distance, I don't know, like, disappear or whatever, and then pop back up, and we would have a few conversations here and there. Nothing happened. We never met in person. We would sometimes discuss meeting in person, but it would never happen. So the first time that I got money from this guy, I had told him basically that my life was in shambles, which it was. I was not lying. I did need money, okay? And I told him, like, hey, I'm going through it, my life's in shambles, and I kind of played it off like I'm just venting, like I just like you need somebody to talk to, I need somebody to talk to, I feel like I can confide in you, and I kind of finessed his feelings, and just made it really, really clear that I needed money. And he was like, hey, you've been really kind to me, let me be kind to you. Oh, you know what, before this, let me backtrack. He had told me that if I went out to dinner with him, he would put a couple dollars in my pocket. And at this point, this is when I was like, okay, so he is a sugar daddy, or he is interested in giving me money for company, not necessarily a sugar daddy, but giving me money. So he was like, I'll put a couple dollars in your pocket, I'll buy you some alcohol, and, we can call it that. And I was like, yeah, okay. Okay, so back to what I was just saying. I had told him that I was going through it, that I needed money, I was drowning in bills, and yeah, that I needed money. And basically he was just like, okay, well, you've been really nice to me, we haven't met, but I'm gonna be nice to you and I'm gonna send you this money. He sends me a couple $100 and I'm like, ooh. This was my first time successfully extracting the coin from an old man, so I was feeling hyped about my couple $100, right? And I was like, let me see if I can keep this going. We talked again, like normal shit. He would ask me what music I was listening to. I would tell him, what have you been up to this week? Oh, I traveled here, here, and there. And, yeah, I would just keep telling him, like, yo, I need money, I'm going through it, I'm depressed, like, I'm stressed out, I need money for this, I need money for that, and none of it was a lie. None of it at all was a lie. And I'm assuming just because I was nice to this guy and he needed the company, he was willing to send me another couple $100, which I happily took, and that was it, really. I guess I didn't necessarily scam this guy. This opportunity just kind of fell in my lap, and I was like, let me see how far I can go with it. I didn't have to go through seeking arrangements or study. I did try, it just didn't work for me. Fortunately, this guy just popped up and I took advantage of it. Do I feel bad? Kind of. But at the same time, I was broke and I was trying to hustle, and he was what was working at the time. So really, I guess I didn't necessarily scam him, but I did, like, talk to him for money, and it was as easy as that, you guys. Like, as I'm editing, I realized that I forgot to add, I never ended up meeting Bags, and apparently he caught on because he stopped sending me money, which is fine because I got what I needed out of him already. So for those of you who are hoping for a more exciting story of how I schemed and lied and whatever to get money from a sugar daddy, I'm sorry that this isn't necessarily what that was, but I did finesse him emotionally, and I did finesse him out of some coin. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions on videos, let me know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Would you feel bad for scamming old men for money? I personally don't feel bad scamming old weird guys who have like a fetish for young women, because it's what they deserve. Again, thank you for watching, and that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in my next video.